Hello everyone, Nigel with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench. Welcome back to the channel. And here is probably, well, it is going to be my last review of 2024. I will be doing a sort of roundup video at some point either today or tomorrow, being the 1st of January 2025. Today is the 31st of December 2024. But here is a new kit I've just received from Hannants in the UK. Now, if you want to get yourself one of these, you can get one from Tiger Hobbies. But I was looking on Hannants' website and I found this is currently on sale. I think it's a third off. So it's like £37 and I think they've got about 10 of them at that price. So worth having a look. It's the MRZR D4. This is the 4x4 version of the MRZR and it's an ultra-light tactical all-terrain vehicle. And as you can see here, we've got dual combo. So you're getting two of these in the kit. You don't get the figures, but you do get the vehicles. And what we're getting here is we're getting a vehicle here, as you can see, which is all gunned up, covered in guns, and it's got a trailer on the back. And then we've got this one here, which is the anti-drone. Now, I've been looking on Google to find descriptions of how this works, and it's all a bit secret. But basically, I think it's just jamming them. But it does seem that the later versions do have like a rectangular radar pod here, rather than the round ones here. So there may be some aftermarket available, or whatever. But they are transportable helicopters. Apparently they can go in a Chinook. They're mainly aluminium structure. There's a diesel version of it as well. So yeah, really good little truck. And I think it's a lovely looking little model. And it was, if you remember when I did the review of the M10 Booker, on the box art, there's one of these in the background. And I said, I must get myself one. And I just happened to go onto Hannants' website and put in Magic Factory and look through. And they had this there with a third off. They also, if you're into your figures, they also do the figure set for it, again from Magic Factory, and that's also got a third off. So yeah, go and save yourself some money and build a lovely little diorama. Plenty of figures, two trucks, a trailer. What more could you want? Anyway, so looking around the box, here on the side we have some descriptions of what we're actually getting in the kit. Okay, so it's a choice of, you can build one as just a reconnaissance, you can build one as an armed one, or you can build the drone jamming one there. And the box is just a little box artwork. And then here we've got a description of what it does. So I'll hold that up there and you can freeze frame and have a read of that should you want to. And you can see there's a front on image of the gunned one. If that was coming after you, I'd run as fast as you can. So apparently it does 60 miles an hour as well. It must be a great little thing to have. I'd love to have one on the road. It'd be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? Imagine that. So there we go. It can carry 4 troops and it's beautiful, and it's apparently very capable off-road. So typical Magic Factory, we've got these black and white book style instructions. I'll look at those in a second. We have our colour callouts here. So as you can see, we've got decals for the laptop, decals for the displays, we've got decals for everything. So here's the trade show propaganda showcase painting even. So that's the painting guide for that. We've got a painting guide for the trailer, which is all sand. And then we've got the Mr. Colour callouts here for all the different colours. And here, so we've got Tamiya and AK. These are the old AK colours, not the new AK colours. I've also got some AK pens, which Phil kindly sent me for Christmas. So I must do a review on those. But first of all, I want to go and look around and see what people do with them. Because apparently they've got a lot of interesting and varied uses. And we've got all our weapons in there, which are included with the kit. So we've also got decal placements and that, and all the colours on them. So very nice indeed. Fantastic little kit for those into your modern armour. And then here we've got bagged sprues. So they're probably going to all be doubled up, I'm imagining. Yes, they are, because you've got 2 kits. So there's going to be 2 of each sprue, except for the one for the drone, the anti-drone bit, the machine gun bit, and the trailer. The rest of it will all be doubled up. So we've got lots and lots of sprues in here. So it looks like a very nice little kit. I believe we also have photo etch and stuff, yes. All at the bottom of the bottom, that's a nice touch. We've got decals there, we've got our clear parts there, tyres, and we have photo etch here, and we have, look at that, we've got springs as well. We'll have a look at all of that in a minute. So without further ado, let's make some room on the bench, and what we'll have a look at is the instructions first, as we always do. So get that there. So as I say, it's like an A4 size-ish booklet. Kit number is 2005. So MRZR D4 Ultralight Tactical All-Terrain Vehicle. Beautiful looking little thing. Okay, so here we've got our normal sort of thing we get with instructions these days. We've got all our safety and hints and tips. And then here's more description about the vehicle, which is probably exactly the same word for word as on the side of the box. Recommended tools. And we've got our legend there for the symbols, what they mean going through the instructions. Sprue callouts, and as you can see, two of those, 4 of those, 2 of those. We've got lots of tyres. We've got lots of springs. We have reflective foil for the mirrors, which I think is a lovely touch. It seems like Magic Factory go that extra mile with the extra little thoughts, like the reflective windows and stuff on the M10 and also on the M7A3 I reviewed. I must admit, I'm not much of an AFV modeler, but Magic Factory are certainly becoming one of my favourite companies. They are very, very nice. We've got our decal sheet there, and obviously we've got 2 lots of PE as well, which is a nice touch. Right, so I mean, what's good about this as well is if you wanted to get one of these and say your friend wanted the anti-drone one for a display and you wanted the gunned up one with the trailer, you could go halves on the kit, and then you can have the kit delivered to you, take out the bits you need, and then send the rest off to your mate so that he can build his anti-drone one, because you've got 2 of everything. Obviously he'll need some of your decals, but yeah, you could just cut that in half, send him half the springs, send him half the tyres, one of those, 2 of those. It'd be great. Good way of building a budget model. So, going into the instructions, so we've got the paint callouts again there as well, which is a nice touch. So going into the instructions, we have the engine's assembly. So we've got an engine and transmission here. It looks like it's a 3-cylinder or a 2-cylinder engine. I can't quite make out how many plug caps it has. Or indeed if they're all diesels, I don't know, but I did look online and it did mention about being diesel. I'm not sure if they're all diesel. I should imagine they are petrol, because just because it's American, and why would you have diesel in something so small? Anyway, so we've got the engine construction there, and then we're going to add the engine into the floor pan. So this is obviously going to be an anti-IED floor device thing. We've got the front differential there with the prop shaft going in. And then we're going to build up the exhaust system. So we've got the muffler on there going into the rear frame. And then we have, is this more exhaust system? No, this is just tubular framework going around the engine by the look of it. And it looks like there is an intake, an air intake. And that is part of the exhaust, perhaps. Or is that an intake? That's just an air intake for a cooling fan? I don't know. But they're actually showing you here how the bits go. So it's a nice touch. And then here we've got the trailer lifting hook A, trailer lifting hook B. So that's going in there. So turbo inlet hose and rear trailer part assembly. So this is engine pipes. Okay, so it's not tubes, it's actually pipes for the engine. And then we've got the turbo inlet hose and rear trailer parts assembly. So this is actually, they're calling this rear trailer parts. It's like the rear deck on the back of the truck. You can see it there. And then we've got the rear bumper going in. And then we're going to work on some rear suspension parts. We've got trailing arms there, and then we've got coil springs. So I'm not sure if these shock absorbers will fit together positively and then the spring is just sat there, or if it's designed to work. It looks like it's not designed to work because those front mounts there glue in. So it hasn't got working suspension, which can be a bit gimmicky sometimes. So we've got the rear semi arms and half shafts going in, then we've got the uprights going in there. Radiator with the cooling fan going in the front, and then we've got some tube work going around the front end, and then we've got the front half shafts going in with the front uprights with the brakes incorporated, wishbones going in, very long travel, very wide wishbones for fantastic off-road capability, suspension arms and hubs being built up there, or suspension shock absorbers. And then here we're building up the internal floor pan with the bulkheads and everything. We've got the dashboard there. We've got decals and everything for the dashboard, which is a nice touch. Lots of stencil decals, so that's really cool. Got this bracket here, which is made up in PE. We have a PE grill going on the front, and then we've got the headlights going in with the clear lenses. Perhaps fit the lenses after, or paint these up now and then mask them. I didn't notice any masks in the colour callouts. I don't think we got any masks in here. Then we got the front hood, or access to the radiator and stuff, and the sides going on here. So you could have all that open. You've got all the detail in there. It's completely just like the real vehicle. You could have this in a maintenance display or in a blown up display, or crashed and rolled and all the panels have broken off. You could do whatever you like with it. That's because all the detail is there, just like the real thing. It's fantastic. As I say, I'm really getting to like this Magic Factory. They're really good. And looking how they go together as well. Looking at Panzermeister's YouTube channel, it looks like they go together beautifully as well. I think Panzermeister has got a link with Magic Factory, and they send him all their initial test shots. I'm not sure, but he seems to be the first to build them. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. We've got all those little shackles and eyes and everything going on there. And then here we've got the side steps and the protection strips down the side. That's for your protection from rocks and everything, rock sliders. And then we've got rear trailer assembly. So this is the back end now. So this is very much like the back of a Hummer or MATV. You've got this tubular structure with the brackets and everything for hanging stuff on, boxes. You've got this big shelf on the back so you can have it down or up. And then you've got this big bumper going on the back, like a big nudge bar. All the seats being built up with all the colour call-outs there as well, which is nice. Steering wheel going on. So choose one assemble anti-drone version. So this is the anti-drone, so it has no rear seats. So the anti-drone is just a two-seater. Choose when assembling the ARM version. What's nice, I noticed there's 4 seat sprues. So it does look like, I'm just wondering if you could actually build, if you wanted to build 2 like that, you could, I think, because they're giving you 4 seat sprues. Yeah, rear seats are A, front seats are A. So you've got enough in here, it looks like. I'm not sure. 1, 2. Yeah, you're going to have enough to build 2 like this if you want to. So you don't. So quite often when you get the twins, you know, with the like the Revell 1/72 Hummers, you can only build 1 of each. You can't build. You have the option for an ambulance or a normal vehicle, but you can't build 2 vehicles. You can't build 2 ambulances or 2 vehicles. You can only build 1 of each. But here it looks like you get the option. You could build 2 normal vehicles. Obviously you could only build 1 drone, but cool. So if you and your mate want to buy one and you both want to build the normal vehicle, then you can. I'm not sure if they double up on the guns, do they? Yeah, they're giving you 2 lots of guns. So whether that's enough for you to build 2 of the armed vehicles, I don't know. It's something we'd have to look into if we build it. So here we go. We've got more roll cage framework there. We have photo etched seat belts, which is lovely. You thought of everything. You don't need any aftermarket for this at all if you don't want to. We've got the rest of the rollover bar going in there and a roof panel. We have the spare wheel and water canisters going in here. You can see we've got a photo etch bracket there to hold the photo etch, to hold the water canister. And then we've got the spare wheel going on there on the side, which is lovely. And then here we've got machine gun mounts. So this is for the machine gun mounts for the normal armed up version. Okay, I'm wondering if this here, yes, choose when assembled armed version, choose when assembled anti-drone. So be careful what you do. D23 and C19, so you've got 2 different parts there. So depending which one you're going to build, I'm just going to look at the sprues. Sprue C, you get only 1 of them, so it looks like you can only build 1 normal vehicle. So there we go. That's a shame. Right, so we've got the machine gun mounts here, machine gun swing arm assembly going on there, and then we're going to build up our machine guns. So we've got lots and lots of different options there. And then mounting all those guns on there, turning that into a right weaponized thing. And then here we've got the trailer running gear assembly. That's building up the chassis underneath the trailer. You've got the towing arm there, and then building up the frame around the trailer. It's all built for lightweight, all aluminium. We've got the wheels going together there, fitting the wheels, tow ball going on the back. And then here we've got the electronic device and storage box assembly. This is going inside the back end here for if you're doing the drone type. So there you've got no rear seats, and you've got this electronics package going in the back. So bear that in mind. And then here we've got the anti-drone radar stuff going together. And then here we've got the power pack assembly, which is going to go on the back. So you can see there's the power pack for the anti-drone version. And you can see there it's got the electronics countermeasures bit in there as well. So we've got the power pack, all the electronics to control that, or just a completely gunned up version with a trailer, or just an unarmed transportation vehicle. So very, very nice indeed. Wouldn't it be great if we could have a sea night or something? What's the big helicopter called? I can't remember now. But the big American MH-53, is it? Have one of those with one of these coming out the back. And then we've got the Chinook, so we could have it in one of those, couldn't we? But yeah, I did notice as well here we've got a laptop as well, which is a lovely touch. No aftermarket needed. So, and they've got the we've got a map on there, and right in the middle of that map is UK. There you go. So there you got the map for the display on the laptop. So very, very nice indeed. So that's the instructions. Here we have decals. So it's not a sealed bag. So I'm going to open it up. Get rid of these staples, which I hate with a passion. Things. I need to make sure the bin is handy because I don't want these staples going on the floor and going into puppy's paws. Right, so we have a very, very busy decal sheet. You can see across the bottom there we've got all our stripes. You can get the light on now that we've finished the instructions. We've got all our stripes going across there for the weapons. We've got 3 different displays there for electronics packages, all our stencil data, stencils for the sides, and then all of these other bits and pieces and instrument panel bits and all that. So very, very nice indeed. So if you are doing this as a share with your mate, you'll have to be very careful how you cut all these out so he's got an equal number of decals that you've got. And then here we have, very thoughtfully, little reflective stickers for the mirrors, which is just wonderful. Reminds me very much of the old, I don't know if they're still going, Tiger Hobbies. They used to include a lot of little lovely little extras like that. For instance, they would give you a sheet of stickers for you to label the sprues. Kind of wonder if maybe Magic Factory are a spin-off of Tiger Hobby. I don't know. Not to be confused with Tiger Hobbies, Gary's business. But there was a company called Tiger Hobbies. I think they were called Tiger, weren't they? So there we go. So there's 2 PE sheets here which are identical. So we've got that box there we've got boxes there for the jerry cans with water containers. We've got side steps there going on our rock sliders, bits and pieces here for mounts, front grille there, other bits and pieces, greeblies, a bash plate there for underneath by the look of it, and then we've got our seat belts there. So all lovely, all very nicely done, and it's actually quite thick as well, so those that don't like photo etch, you won't mind this so much because it's quite thick. As I say, 2 of those identical sheets, so they're very nice. And then in here, in these bags over here, we have springs. So these are the 8.7 springs and these are the 7.35 springs. So obviously in the instructions they'll tell us what's what, so that's obviously front and back. There's also springs for the trailer as well, so there we go. Right, so getting into these sprues, I think what I'm going to do, rather than mess around, I'm just going to grab my knife. Rather than mess around with stupid bloody staples, we'll just cut the tops of the bag off. Right, so here we go. So this is our first sprue. So this is sprue F, and obviously 2 of them there. So one over there, one there. So on here we have sprue F, and we have all our bits and pieces for our rollover bar. Obviously sprue C, we've got some little wishbones here, and we can see here, got little ejector tabs there. You can see here how fine these wishbones are and everything, so you can see it's going to be beautifully to scale. Looks like that one's broken, isn't it? Is that one broken? No, looks like it's broken. But yeah, beautifully done. Very, very fine detail. You can see the wonderful detail on those disc brakes. You've got all the drilled discs and the calipers. Very, very crisp indeed. This makes that Italeri Lancia Stratos look like a 1960s kit, doesn't it? When you look at how crisp all of this is. It's beautiful. Very, very nice indeed. There's those rear trailing arms. Some more tubes there. A couple of sink marks there, but easily filled, or just leave them if they're on the inside. Drive shafts there. Oh, that's steering tie rods. We've got a gear stick there. There's drive shafts there. There's engine parts. That's half the engine there. Where's the other half of the engine? Over here somewhere. But yeah, it's very nice. Ejector pin marks on the inside of those members, but extremely shallow. But you're going to have to deal with them if you're going to be using washes and stuff, especially if you're painting it in a tan colour, because they'll stick out like a sore thumb. But I can't believe the detail on those brakes is stunning. Very, very nice indeed. So let's put that to one side. So we've got another bag here, only one sprue in here. This is our D sprue. So again, we'll cut this bag open just inside the staples. Here we go. So this is our D sprue. It does feel quite oily. Probably this does need a wash, guys. You can see the shine on my fingers here. It's oily. Yeah, it's very oily. So there we go. But that looks like this is the parts for the anti-drone, because we've got the base here for the electronics part. There's part of the electronics there. We should have yeah, there's our laptop. So there you go, beautiful little laptop with a lovely little keypad on there. And then there we've got display on there. No ejector pin marks on there, very thoughtfully done. So you've got the base of the laptop there with no ejector pin marks, and again with the display. And we got this is the shelf for our electronic stuff. That's the roof part. That's the roof part there for the anti-drone radar stuff going on the roof. And these are going to be all bits of greeblies and things for the power pack and for the electronics box, which is there. So yeah, nice. Ejector pin marks here. Not sure if they're anything to worry about. It's worth noting that they are very, very good and very, very thoughtful with their ejector pin marks. However, if you look at the M10 Booker, there is a box on the side of the turret. I noticed Panzermeister mentioned it in his, that's absolutely plastered with ejector pin marks. So something went wrong in that one area. So we may have the same on this. We won't know until if we build it. It's a very enticing little model, I must say. So we have again two of these sprues. This is our G sprue. So we have two of these, and you can see again we've got some very, very finely molded parts, beautifully done. So we've got our exhaust system here, and then we just have lots and lots of, we've got some uprights by the look of it. Lots and lots of little greeblies. I'm not going to try and pretend I know what any of them are. That looks like their headlights there. So you can see those there. There's the headlights with all the bold detail in, like a multi-LED thing, as in all modern stuff these days. And just lots and lots of beautifully moulded little parts with no flash, no horrible ejector pin marks, no sinkage. There's ejector pin marks on there, but that's clearly the bottom, so that'll be okay. But all these beautiful little drive shafts and everything, just beautifully moulded. Nothing's broken, nothing's damaged. Really, really nice. Very nice indeed. So we put those together like that and put them back in their bag for protection, because got to be so careful with all those little tiny parts. So we've got another bag here. This isn't stapled. This is a cut only bag. This is sprue Y. So we've only got one of these. No, we don't. We have two of them. They're individually bagged, obviously for protection. So that's cool. So that's all our guns and weapons. So I'm not even going to try and explain what any of them are, but you can see there, for those of you that know your weapons, you can see them there. So you can see this one's made in 2 halves, that one's made in 2 halves, but other than that they're all one piece pretty much. So there you go, you can see them close up and enjoy the detail. For you weapons fans, I know Luke will be watching this and thinking, I quite fancy that. Luke's probably seen these things in action actually, he's probably even been on one. So, if he was ever given a lift by an American member, if they were about when he was in action. Hello, Luke. Right, so here we have the trailer. So that's the base of the trailer. Again, ejector pin marks are bound, but they're all underneath. Got the wishbones there. Looks like they've got common wishbones top and bottom, haven't they? They look. No, they are different. And then we've got the side rails there. These are these sort of C-section members, which are so modern, they abound on these modern vehicles. So again, make sure the ejector pin marks are all sanded out. There's some ejector pin marks on these boxes here, but I've got a feeling they go inside a box section. But there's no ejector pin marks on there, which is a really nice touch, very thoughtfully done by Magic Factory. Yeah, very good. You can see there lovely detail on it. It's even got like a sort of like a textured finish on the base of that trailer. So that's C, and that's Sprue C. So that's the roof part. Very unusually, they've put that part there, which is part of the roll cage, for the non-armed version or the non-drone version. They've put it on this trailer sprue. It's a shame that. I'm guessing there's, I mean, if you wanted to build 2 sort of reconnaissance vehicles unarmed or whatever, then I'm sure you could, just by chopping away some bits and pieces. So here we have another pair of sprues. So this is Sprue E. And this is these are the main sprues by the look of it. So you've got a beautiful floor pan there. You can see how small it is. There it is on my hand. Tiny little thing. And there's the floor pan there, which is probably the IED protection. God, it's oily. Wow. That is so sticky. There's the side panels for the body. One of the bulkheads. There's the instrument panel there, you can see. Looking lovely. So we've got bumper bar, there's the front there, and there's the back by the look of it. That's the bonnet or the hood. More tubes and stuff. Oh, more engine parts. Here's the other half of the engine there, look. Steering wheel. Oh, that wasn't part of the engine I was looking at earlier then, because there they are there. And then here we have a big bumper bar for the back. So that gives you an idea of how large it is. It's a tiny little thing. So I just think it would look great hanging out the back of a Chinook or something. That would look great with all the men on it. But unfortunately, I can't paint figures, so that's not something I'm going to be doing. But, and if I was to do a Chinook, which I have in 35th scale, I would do a Vietnam themed one. What have we got here? We have, oh, this bag's, we don't need to unstaple it because they've put the staples so far apart, the parts just come out. So we've got Sprue A, we've got 2 of these. No, we don't, we have 4 of these. You can hear a puppy in the background, so there's 4 Sprue A's. So that's given you enough to do all the seats. So that's nice. So we have, these are parts of the drone radar, the anti-drone radar. These are parts of our seats. We have wheels, as you can see they're beautifully done. And then we've got wheel rims there for the inners. There's your seat backs, seat bases, perhaps give them a little bit of texture. And then some little greeblies and bits and pieces there. Some tiny little shackles. Very, very nicely done. Very crisply moulded as well, isn't it? So there's 4 of those. Then we have our clear sprue. I'm not going to get this one out, but basically you've got just light lenses for front and back. So you've got 4 fronts, 4 rears, and that's probably 2 there for the trailer. That's all nice. One of my light lenses is broken off the sprue, but the part is absolutely fine, so that's cool. I thought that was broken then for a minute. And then here, this is our final tan sprue. Oops. Sprue H. Again, we've got 2 of these. So this looks like the rear shelf, the one that folds down. So very nice indeed. Nice they've given us 2 of those. And there's an open ammo box there, look. And there's a closed ammo box. So that's nice. And then these here are slide molded. I think these are shock absorber bodies. Yes, they are. Wow. I've just reviewed that 1/12 scale Lancia Stratos from Italeri, which is over £200, and that doesn't have slide molded shock absorber bodies. This kit cost me £37 and it has them. Go figure. So there we go. I'm not giving the Lancia Stratos a hard time. Oh, I am, because it deserves it. I just like to be honest and upfront with you guys. I'm not going to tell you something's mint brilliant just because I like it. I'm going to actually remove this staple because I don't want to have the tires all rolling around in the box, because sometimes the vinyl these tires or vinyl parts are made out of, they can damage plastic. I remember once when I was a fisherman, I had some lures which were made of a vinyl material, and the plastic toolbox, they all melted their way through just by being stored. So we have tires here. I'm just looking. I'm just going to grab my magnifier. Yeah, I need a magnifier to see it. There is a mold seam around the centre of the tyre, but no doubt there would be on the real thing. That is incredible. That's your main tyre for your vehicles. So you can see you've got all the tread down the sides for traction in mud and everything, or sand. Okay, and then here is a trailer tyre, which obviously doesn't need any grip, but it has treads. Beautifully done. There's no tyre lettering, unfortunately. So I guess the aftermarket will jump on that with resin wheels. But I would say these wheels and tyres are perfectly adequate. I'm just going to grab a bit of masking tape and tape that shut so those don't go rolling around in the box. So there we go. That has been the Magic Factory. Turn the light off. There we go. That has been the Magic Factory MRZR D4, and yes, I'm saying ZR because it's American, dual combo. Absolutely beautiful kit from what it looks like. The kit number, as I say, is 2005. Currently on offer at Hannant's, £37.95 I think it is, which is about a third off. Once they're gone, and they go back to the normal price of $49.99 or whatever it is. Okay, so even at that price, I think it's not a bargain at 50 quid, but it's well worth it. So go take a look. Go get yourself one, fill your boots. What a beautiful little model to build for the end of the holiday season. See you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.